Welcome back to the world of Piltover and Zaun, where the stakes are higher, the characters are messier, and the drama is at an all-time high. Today, we're breaking down the third episode of Season 2 of Arcane, titled Finally Got the Name Right. If you're here for a mix of humor, drama, and a complete deep dive into every twist and turn, buckle up because this episode delivers. The episode kicks off right where we left off. Tensions are mounting between Piltover's elite and the underground chaos of Zaun. Vi, our favorite no-nonsense brawler, is thrown into yet another conflict she didn't ask for. She's caught between loyalty to her home and a growing sense of responsibility to fix the mess left in the wake of Jinx's destruction. But first, let's talk about Caitlyn. Oh, Caitlyn. She's trying so hard to be the voice of reason, but she might as well be shouting into the void. Her efforts to negotiate peace between the two worlds are met with nothing but side eyes and snarky comments. And honestly, who can blame the citizens of Zaun? When your city's been ignored for decades, a charming sheriff with a posh accent isn't exactly convincing. Meanwhile, in Zaun, Jinx is having her own brand of existential crisis. And by existential crisis, I mean she's blowing things up while talking to herself. Classic Jinx. Her internal conflict reaches new heights as she struggles to decide if she's a misunderstood genius or just really good at chaos. Spoiler alert, it's both. The real meat of this episode, though, is the dynamic between Silco's legacy and his crumbling empire. Enter Sevika, who's back and as grumpy as ever. She's not happy about the power vacuum left behind, and her side eyes could cut glass. Watching her try to wrangle the new players in Zaun's underworld is both hilarious and nerve-wracking. You don't mess with Sevika unless you're prepared for a verbal smackdown, or worse. On the Piltover side, Jace and Victor are in deep. Their tech is evolving faster than their ability to control it, and this episode gives us some of the most intense debates yet about the ethics of Hextech. Victor's desperation to push boundaries contrasts sharply with Jace's hesitation, and their friendship feels like it's hanging by a thread. It's emotional, raw, and filled with enough tension to make you hold your breath. And we can't forget the title itself. Finally got the name right. It's a playful jab at the moment when Vi finally calls Caitlyn by her actual name instead of the usual Cupcake. It's a small, funny moment in an otherwise heavy episode, but it's the kind of detail Arcane fans live for. It's these humanizing touches that make this show so brilliant. The episode wraps up with a jaw-dropping cliffhanger, because of course it does. Just when you think things can't get worse, Zaun faces a new threat that could shatter any hope of peace. Vi and Caitlyn are left staring down a force that might be too big for even them to handle. This episode balances the show's trademark gritty drama with just the right amount of humor. The characters continue to grow in ways that feel authentic, and the stakes are higher than ever. Whether you're a longtime fan or just diving into Arcane, Finally Got the Name Right is a standout episode that'll leave you desperate for the next one.